Hi guys, and welcome to a Draft Champions video back on the channel with some more Draft Champions. So, what I might do with the new uploading schedule is I might do drafts every Tuesday so we can get the Tuesday night drafts and we can get those really good drafts in. So, if you're excited for that and if you want to see more drafts, drop a like on the video. If we can get 40 likes, I know it's a big target, but if we can get 40 likes, I'll do a lot more drafts. But anyway, on with the draft in the background. We got Mel Blunt there, and I'm just going to take him. He's probably the best legend you can get on defence at the moment, I think anyway. Just because of how much of a good lockdown corner he is, you can't throw to his side. He'll either pick it off, or he'll just bat it down. He's such a good lockdown corner in this game. Second pick here, another elite round. Team Hero cards, I think these are. All linemen. As you know, I do love a lineman. Could go with Vince Wilfork there, but I don't think a defensive tackle will be too handy for us, considering everyone throws the ball at the moment. So we're going to go with a left guard to help us run the ball. Hopefully pick up a good running back along the way. And the third round here, could go with another elite lineman, but that Michael Crabtree card, is too good to pass up. I mean, I used him in my last draft. If you haven't seen that, go and check it out. But I used him in that, and he is insane. He just plays so well. This pick, I'm probably going to go with Whitney Merciless. Could go with anyone there, but Whitney Merciless, I just love Whitney Merciless as a player, so that's going to make me go with him. This round here, you know, you do need a quarterback, but I'm not going to go with Carson Palmer because I don't think he's good enough. I think we can get a better quarterback, to be honest. So I'm going to go with Mathis there. Both good run blocking guards, which should really help us if we can pick up a nice running back. Hopefully we can a bit later on, because there's so many good running backs in the game at the moment. We should hopefully do get one as an option. Going to go with Tony Jefferson there as a free safety. Hopefully lock up things deep for us. So we got good people in pretty much every position here, and that's what we needed. Russell Wilson, that Colour Rush card looks so nice. That's probably why they're so expensive, actually, just because of how they look. And a Tuesday night draft, Odell Beckham Jr. card there. Never got the chance to use him. Also a very expensive card, so hopefully he'll come up big for us. And we get another. That Navarro Bowman card. Those cards just look so nice. I mean, I'm going to pick him just simply because of how he looks. And we do need a little linebacker, luckily. So that is good for us. This pick here, another lockdown corner in my man, big play, Darius Slay. So anything towards the cornerbacks should be locked down from our side, unless we come up against some very good receivers. We should be doing pretty well. With the run game, we might struggle a little bit, so I'll get Hightower in here. He can help with the run game a little bit, and we needed a running back, as you know. Ezekiel Elliott there. I'm not sure why he doesn't have higher trucking, considering he trucks guys for fun on the weekends, and that's a team with a weak card, so you'd expect them to give him a little bit higher trucking, considering how he plays. A lineman here as well to help with the running game, or running defence, should I say. This pick's quite a difficult one, actually. Obviously not going to be Andrew Luck. Could go with Brandon Marshall. I mean, we could do with another wide... Well, I mean, we don't need another wide receiver, but it's not going to hurt. Could go Willie Young. Considering we are playing a 3-4, he might come in a little bit... No, I'm just going to go with Brandon Marshall, actually. Just going to go with Brandon Marshall. Solidify that receiver core up a bit. And all positions we have as the final legend round. I don't need a running back. Don't need a quarterback. So it's going to have to be Harrison as our final pick. I mean, not the worst pick in the world. I'm not going to complain about that whatsoever. That team is probably one of the best teams I think I've ever drafted. I mean, I know I say that a hell of a lot, but I just keep getting better drafts as I go along. As they release more cards, I just keep getting the better drafts. But this draft looks insane. I mean, unfortunately we can't make a wide receiver a tight end. I didn't actually know that. But as you can see, we've got so many wide receiver threats. We've got Russell Wilson as a rolling out threat. We got Ezekiel Elliott as a running back threat with two very good run blocking guards there. And on defence, that team looks absolutely great. But as I said earlier in the video, if you guys want to see more drafts, drop a like on the video. Let's try and get 40 likes if you want to see more drafts. I'll keep doing them every Tuesday anyway, but if you want to see another one in the meantime, like the video. Also, comment how you would have drafted differently and subscribe to the channel. But for now, I will jump into the first few games. So, right from the off, I'm just going to say how good this team actually was. I'm not going to spoil how far through the draft we got, but stick around until the end to see how we ended up doing, because you're not going to want to miss the end of the video. Just let me tell you that much. But the first play here, you can just see how good this draft was. Harrison, we throw it to him just on a simple out route, and he gets a touchdown off it. Can't ask for better than that. Literally the first play of the draft, we go 7-0 up. But my opponent, he was one of those guys who always threw on slants like that, and I was pretty much locking him up, but he kept continuously getting it on second or third down, just getting over that 10 yards, which was very annoying. And the reason why he did keep getting it, as you can see there, he had one man wide open pretty much the whole time, is because I didn't want to gamble on that, because then he could send someone deep and just throw it deep and get a nice easy touchdown. He goes for the roll out there. That's a nice touchdown play, to be fair. He got out of the pocket nicely. He played that pretty much perfectly. I mean, props to him for playing that very well. But I know I need to score, because this is the type of player you come up against who they're going to score against you on offense at least, well, over 50% of the time, because they do exactly the play that I did there. They just abuse the mesh play, and it tends to come up big most of the time, to be honest. But we go 10-7 up there. I'm just playing the routes I know that is his first read. As you can see, I'm going to always follow either the tight end or the wide receiver to the left or the right hand side, and it ends up working for us pretty nicely. So we're forced into 4th and 10. It's quite frustrating coming up against people like this, because the way the AI works, it doesn't follow those routes very well, and you can only use one of them, and the other one tends to be open most of the time. But fortunately for us, we tend to play. We luckily play around that, and he quits for some reason. I mean, it's 10-7. It's not like I was dominating him in the game, but he did end up quitting. So we're moving into the second game here, and this is a very good game. Very happy with this one. This one shows the potential of the team, and you can see how good the draft is by the teams we're coming up against. They just aren't as good as our team whatsoever. As you can see, we had 2 +90 legends there with that 90 rated Odell Beckham coming up against my opponent, who only had 1 over 90 card, I think. So that just shows you how much better our team was than his. But we're starting off on defense this time, so mixing it up a little bit. I definitely prefer to start on defense in this game, because it lets you settle into the game a bit more. And if you throw an interception on your first offense, you just totally lose your head in the game, I think, and it's really hard to settle back into the game. But my opponent here, if he wants to run the ball, I'm going to give him those running yards in the first play. I'm happy to give up someone some running yards just to see their type of game plan. And he did end up throwing the ball with Tyrod Taylor. Could have been an interception there. I think it should have been. And he was making some terrible reads. As you can see, that should be another interception there. We should already have 2 interceptions on the first drive. But we do force him to punt. For some reason, he goes for a short punt, which gives us great field position, which I'm not going to complain about whatsoever. And it's not even a minute into the game, as you can see. And we already have the ball back. So that's a great start for us. And I'm going to come out running. When I have this Ezekiel Elliott card, and when I have those 2 guards who are so good at run blocking, I think they have 93 and 90 run blocking each, I'm just going to run the ball wherever I can. And if he can't stop the run, which this guy couldn't whatsoever, I'm going to keep running the ball the whole game. So as you can see, we got 2nd and goal. He can't stop the run. We plug it in to the 1 yard line, and I'm going to have to go with the quarterback sneak on 4th down. So it was a little bit risky, but we're going to go with the quarterback sneak, get it in for a 7-0 lead, which is all I needed in the game, to be honest. I know I'm up with possession and I get ball at half, so I can just play very conservatively. I can time manage at this point, and my opponent had absolutely nothing. As you can see, that is why we got Mel Blount there. Comes up with an insane interception, and I understand why his card is so expensive now, to be honest. He plays like Richard Sherman does, but just a little bit quicker. Like, he's so good in coverage, and he is very good against the run. But anyway, it's 7-0. My opponent here went with field goal block, I think. He went with the field goal blocking play there. Left one of my guys wide open. I just backed my quarterback up a little bit, went with a slant play, and Brandon Marshall gets in for the 14-0 lead. And my opponent, he came up with a very weird offense style on this drive, and it's something, he came up with screenplays the whole drive pretty much, but he wasn't throwing to the running back on each play, which made it very difficult to read. Say I'd user over to the running back side. As you can see here, I'm usering to the side of the running back, and sometimes he just wouldn't throw it there. He'd throw it out to one of the guys who are running on the right hand side, which you very, very rarely see on a screen pass. I mean, when I'm doing a screen pass, I don't even look anywhere but the running back. But my opponent, he did do some things quite spectacularly when it came to that. Should have been another interception there. Quite annoyed that it wasn't. But we force him to 4th and 8. He has to go for it at this point. I mean, if he doesn't go for it, he's just accepting defeat pretty much, because he hasn't scored in the first half. I get bought half. I can just run down the clock and win. He goes with a nice play action here, rolls out to the right hand side, throws it up in faith, purely in faith there. I mean, I can't believe that actually came off him, but it did, and he takes the field goal there for some reason. Not really sure why. It's 4th and goal. He went for it on 4th before. I would have personally gone for it on 4th there if I was down 14-0, but maybe he just wanted to get a little score on the board to get him through the game a little bit, I suppose. Just give himself that little bit of hope. But we have sort of a 1 minute drill to get down the field. We're up to his 40-yard line, and we're throwing to Brandon Marshall. We're following the block nicely there. Get out of bounds to the 27-yard line. 20 seconds left. I know I've got a field goal in the bag, but I do want that touchdown. So I'm going to throw to Michael Crabtree, and that is why I drafted him. His card just plays so well. He's so strong. He just gets soft tackles so often, and he got us further up the field there. But my opponent, he was... Strangely, you never see people use her in that exact route, the corner route. You never see people use her in it. But he used it perfectly, which is so rare to see. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't paying too much attention to his user. He did serve an interception for how well he did that, but we're into the third quarter here. As you can see, I've run down pretty much the whole third quarter. He can't stop the run, this guy. I've got Ezekiel Elliott. I've wasted the whole quarter up to this point, just getting towards his end zone. All I've done is run it the whole way with Zeke. So I'm going to go with the play action here, make him gamble on it. He does, and we get a nice touchdown to our left tackle there. Very unexpected guy to get the touchdown to make us 24-3 at that point. But he did. Quite not sure why it was him at all, to be perfectly honest. He could have dropped it and I wouldn't have been surprised. But we get a nice sack there. Force my opponent to 2nd and 17. I know he's going to go with a play action, so all I have to do is get off this block, which some of my players do. He launches it deep. Fortunately, I'm not sure exactly what was happening there. There could have been an interception. It could have been a catch. You never know what happens at that point in Madden with the way the game is. But he goes with another play action. I know, once again, just get off the block. We force a fumble. I'm trying to get there. I'm scrabbling to get there. I think I can get a safety off this. He just manages to get it out of the end zone. So it's 24-3 still. He's 4th and 34. I know he's going to go with a fake, so all I have to do is guard the fake. I pretty much guard exactly where it's going to go. I bat it down, just get a tackle on him. That's all I needed to do, and we end up winning the game. So we actually ended up winning this draft, which is a good way to start off the Tuesday night draft series. I'll show you the pack that we get. We did get a gold Tuesday night draft badge, which you can get an untradeable or tradable Tuesday night draft hero, which I'm probably going to work towards. If I'm doing these every single week, I should be able to get 1 or 2 of them over the course of the year. Hopefully the untradeable one soon, because the cards are just so good. We get an event ticket, which is nice as well. A nice free way to get them. But this is what you get in the pack, in case you haven't seen it. You get a lot of coins, and you get a few players along with a collectible there, Championship Series. But I was hoping we get an elite player, to be perfectly honest. We get a few coins here and there. Nothing phenomenal, but you can get elite players in there. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. We'll be doing more drafts soon, so if you are keen for them, like the video, subscribe to the channel. But as I said, I'll see you guys soon for more videos.